In next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to build a real working website using Google Gemini. And we are doing it without spending a single penny. No coding background, no design experience, no expensive tool. Yes, this is absolutely something you can turn into a paid service. And first, I will show you how to get inspiration properly. So you never staring at a blank screen, wondering what to build. We will look at existing website, the smart way, the exact structure, layout ideas, and design direction. Then I will show you two simple methods. I will use Gemini to turn ideas into the website. Not theory, just real usable websites. And finally, I will show you how to take what we build and put live on the internet so real people can visit it and interact with it. No paid hosting tricks, no hidden costs, and no complicated setup. Just straightforward workflow that anyone can follow. And if you ever thought, I wish I could build a website, but I don't know where to start, this is going to change that for you. So let's get into it. Now, before we even touch Gemini or build anything, there is one question you have to answer first. What should this website actually look like? Now, if you already have a clear idea like colors, layout, styling, perfect. You are ahead of the game. You can just follow along and build it. But if you are anything like me, design doesn't always come naturally, and staring at a blank page does absolutely nothing for your creativity. This is where inspirations come in. What I actually do is spend a few minutes browsing real high quality websites that are already doing things right. Platforms like Dribble, Mobin, Awards, or even Orabir are incredible for this. They are basically visual library for modern web design. You scroll for a bit and suddenly you are seeing different layouts, hero sections, scrolling animation, typography styles, and page structures, and ideas just start clicking. And the important part here is we are not copying anyone's website. We are not stealing content, design, or even anything. We are just looking for the structure and the layout and the overall vibe of the website. Things like how sections are arranged, how the page moves as you scroll, where text sits, and how they use visuals. Once you have that mental reference, Gemini becomes way more powerful because you are not asking it to make a website from nothing, and you are guiding it. And I will drop all the inspiration side links in the description below. Alright, now we are inside Google AI Studio, and this is basically the control room where we will be working with Gemini. And if you have got a Google account, you are good to go. Just sign in and you are in. No payment, no complicated setup, nothing like that. Once you land here, head over to left hand side and click on build. That's where everything starts. Now, before we type anything, we need to make sure we are using the right model. If you click on the model selector, you will see a few different options pop up. Now, here we have models like Gemini 3 Flash, really fast responses, great for quick chats or lightweight tasks. But when you're trying to build an actual website, especially something structured with multiple sections, a proper layout logic, you don't just want speed, you want reasoning, and you want depth. So that's why I recommend select Gemini Pro. The output might take a bit longer, but it really gives a good result when you are building a full website or a multiple sections landing page. Now technically you can just create a website for a dental clinic and you will probably get something useful. But that's a beginner way to do it. If you really want a result that feel intentional and polished, you need to guide AI properly. You need to stay in control. So instead of giving it a vague instruction, I like to approach in two smarter ways. The first method is using the URL of an existing site or template as an inspiration. You basically show Gemini what kind of structure or layout you like and ask it to create something original with your own content. The second method is using screenshot, which really works best, and you found a design on Dribble or somewhere else, and then you upload the screenshot on Gemini and tell Gemini to analyze that screenshot and then generate a similar structure with different branding or content. And it really depends on what you prefer. So stick with me and I will walk you through both step by step. So let's start with the first one. And first we are using the screenshot method. So I will just go to the Dribble and I will just search for portfolio website and just click on portfolio. And here we have few portfolio websites and this looks good to me, the product designer one, and I will just open it up. And if I scroll down, we have the complete website here, like just a clean hero section, and then we have the services, then we have the portfolio, and then we have the footer, and I will just save it as image1, and then we go back to Google AI Studio, and I will just paste my prompt here. And this is just a simple prompt: construct a high performance single page portfolio website called Hasine for Creative Studio. The design should use storytelling architecture, drawings having inspiration from layout. And then I will just upload the file, and I will just upload this image one here, and then I will just build it. And now we have to wait few seconds. It really takes around a minute, sometime a bit longer depending upon the complexity. And here it almost takes 250 seconds, and Gemini does a quite good job for the first attempt. And I will just open it up in a full screen, and here we have our website. Here we have our Creative AI Studio, and this really looks good. Then we have the services, and then we have the early snapshot of creative growth, and then we have the portfolio, and then we have the footer. So this really looks good. And inside the preview, you can also search devices view. You can try on the mobile view, you can try on the tablet view, you can rotate the orientation, and you will see it's responsive, like everything adjusts properly to different screen sizes. And that's huge because responsiveness is something beginners often struggles with. And now you can just go back to the desktop view and exit full screen. And if you don't like something, like if I want to change that hero section image, I will just simply prompt the Gemini to change the hero section image, and it will generate a new one. So, and here we have a different image in just a few seconds, and the other websites remains the same. So you are not locked into the first version Gemini gives you. You can make changes, and if you know how to code, you can actually access and edit the generated files directly, either from the sidebar or the top navigation. Each section is structured properly, and you can tweak it if you want. And now here's something really important. Now let's talk about images. This is where a lot of people get confused. Now Gemini generate your website, it actually filled it with placeholder images, and you are going to replace most of them according to your branding. But Gemini does not host any images for you. You cannot just upload a picture directly into a Gemini and it magically stores it. So the images need to be stored somewhere, and Gemini can access it through the URL. So the easiest and free way to do is Google Photos. It gives you around 15 gigabytes of free storage, and it works perfectly for this use case. And you can get the images for your like I have just typed creative agency. You can get the images for your like on copyright free websites like Freepik, Unsplash, or even Shutterstock. And now we will just create the album, and I will just give this album a title, and then I will just create an album here. And now I have to upload the image. I will just upload it, and now I have to copy that image address. So just right click on it and copy that image address. And now we go back to Gemini and ask Gemini to replace the hero section image with this image. So I will just type the prompt, and now I will just paste the link and then hit send. And in a second, Gemini just changed the hero section image with the given image. And now you can repeat this for every sections: product images, gallery sections, testimonials, or whatever you want. Now let me show you the second method. And honestly, this is just as powerful, sometime even better depending on what kind of inspiration you find. So we will just go onto the website name as Aura Build and click on templates, and here I will just write something simple like coffee. And here we have different templates related to the coffee shop, and I will just open this up, and then I will just click on preview, and here we have this website. So I like this, it looks really good for a coffee shop website, so I will just take this one. And now we go back to the Google AI Studio, and I will just paste my prompt here, which is quite a similar to the first one. It's 100% similar. Like I will just tweak it related to the coffee shop, and now we will just go back and copy that link and paste it here, and just click on build. And once it's done, open it in a full screen preview so you can really see what it generated. Now check the spacing, the sections, the overall flow. Most of the time it captures the structure surprisingly while keeping the content original. And just like before, you are not stuck with the first result. You can refine it. Maybe you want light colors, maybe you want strong call to action button. Just tell Gemini exactly what to change, and it updates the code accordingly. That back and forth process is what makes this so powerful. You are using a real world design as an inspiration, but you are building something completely on your own. Now one quick note here: before we put this thing live, there one important thing. The type of website we are building are like static websites. There are no complex dashboard, no API setup, no databases setup, and like there is no complicated backend running in the background. And honestly, that's not a limitation at all. It's actually a huge advantage. Now think about a local brands, freelancers, product pages, or even something simple like portfolio website or coffee shop. They don't need anything over engineered. They just want a site that's look professional and load fast and works on all devices and really communicate what they want. And here is the part most people underestimate. Businesses really pay around $500 to $1,000 for this type of clean, professional looking websites. And if you ever need logins, dashboards, or backend APIs, that's a completely different thing. And I will cover these in a different video. But for now, let's download this website and I will just hit download. And here we have the zip file. So just unzip this and here we have different folders like HTML and others. And then just move over to Netlify and create an account. And I will just go to deploy manually and here I will just upload my folder that I just extracted from the zip file which I named as zip, and I will just upload it here. And here it take few seconds in the deployment process. And now here we have the open production deployment, and here we have the website deployed on the Netlify, and here we have the Netlify link. And now click on open production deploy and you will see your actual website running on the internet, not a preview, not a local host, and a real public URL. Now the small issue here is the default URL Netlify gives you. It just works but it really looks messy. So just go to project configuration and change the project name. So I will just change the project name to Hassan Coffee and I will just write HSN Coffee and then click on save. And now if I go back, here we have the new URL for our website and here we have the updated URL. And the only thing you can't change is .netlify.app unless you connect a custom domain. But that's easy to. Inside Netlify, go to domain management and click add domain. From there you can either buy a new domain directly to Netlify or connect the one you are already on. If you choose to buy one like this one, I will just type Hassan Coffee and here we have the pricing. You will see the pricing right here, usually something right $10 to $20 per year depending upon the extension. And that's it. You have just built a full website using AI and publish it online for completely free. And you can do this for your own brand and even for a local businesses, or even turn it into a small side income if you want. Basically, the barrier to entry is gone. And if this helped you, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.